Thank you for joining us today on our podcast and our Morning Moments with Jesus devotion time. That we are all, as believers in the Lord Jesus Christ, we need to understand that we are all planted for a purpose. Wherever we are instructed to bloom there because God has us there for a very specific purpose. In Psalms 1 and verse number 3, the Lord reminds us of that when he says that we shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, and bring forth our fruit in his season. It says, his leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. And I want to talk to you just a little bit about that this morning, because I often find myself reflecting on where I am in life. Not necessarily always where I've been, but where I am right now, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Because there have been seasons of joy, where everything seemed to flow effortlessly in my life. And then there's been seasons of hardship. Those times where I wonder if I would ever see the other side of a storm. I don't know if you've ever been there, but we do. We have those highs and lows of life. But through it all, I've come to realize something very profound. I just want to share it with you this morning. I was thinking about it yesterday. I have never been in a place by accident. I have been planted by the Lord for a purpose. And that should give us hope today that wherever we find ourselves, we need to understand and ask God continually, Lord, why? Why am I here at this moment, at this time in my life? Because life can feel random at times. We find ourselves in places we never expected, in circumstances that we never planned. We find ourselves around people that we never imagined we'd meet or be around. I want to tell you, nothing is wasted in God's hands. Just as a gardener carefully chooses where to plant each seed, ensuring that it's the right soil, gets the right sunlight, gets the right water to thrive, God also has placed each and every one of us exactly where he needs us to grow. I want you to think about your journey in life as starting like with a seed, tiny, seemingly insignificant, and buried deep within the soil. The seed is hidden from the world. And when it's hidden in the world, I can imagine it can feel lonely in that place, waiting for something to happen, waiting for something to change. Maybe you've been like that in your life. I remember times in my life when I felt hidden. Times when I wondered if anyone saw me or if I even mattered. Maybe you've been there too, working tirelessly in a role that sometimes at your work that you feel like nobody notices you. Loving and serving without anybody appreciating it. Waiting for something to take root while nothing seems to be happening. But I want to encourage you this morning that seed that was planted by the gardener isn't forgotten. It may not be seen, but it's not forgotten. Why? Because it's been planted in a specific place for a specific purpose. And there's a difference. See, a wild seed scattered by the wind may sprout up, may not, but if it does, it's by accident. But God even knows where they are. But a planted seed is placed with intention. It is covered with soil, not to be buried in despair, but to be prepared for growth. And that's the way you and I are. The darkness isn't punishment. It's necessary. It's a necessary step for progress. See, God plants us in places where we can develop strong roots. Before we ever see the first sign of growth, the roots have got to grow. It nurtures us in the unseen places, strengthens our character, teaches us patience. I know you don't like to hear that word patience, but it's necessary to refine us and to grow us. So maybe you're in a season of waiting today. Maybe you're wondering, when is the breakthrough going to come? Maybe you're facing a trial that feels too heavy for you to bear. But what if this season is about growth and what lies beneath the surface that is unseen? What if God is deepening your faith through this time, strengthening your trust in him, maybe preparing you for something even greater than you could ever imagine? See, Psalm 1:3 here tells us that when we are planted by God, we are like a tree by rivers of water, yielding fruit in his season, in our season of growth that the Lord has prepared for us. I can see how every season, the hidden times, the waiting, the storms, the harvest, every bit of it has been part of a greater purpose for my life. I wasn't just growing wild, and neither are you. You are planted, not abandoned, and you're growing. You're not forgotten. And if you are in a season of waiting, trust that God will strengthen your roots. If you're in a season of a breakthrough, trust in His nourishment and His guidance. If you're in a season of bearing fruit, share that fruit with those around you. And if you're in a season of pruning, know that God is preparing you for a greater purpose in your life as well. Today you be safe, you be strong, and you be blessed. Lord's will, we'll see you back here again tomorrow. Take a little time to just take a little time and spend a little time with Jesus today. You have a great and wonderful day.